And we are live and back with another episode of Honkai Star Rail. How we doing, everybody? Howdy, Xavier. Good to see you as well. I am happy to have you both in the chat. Apologies for file management stuff for inscription. Oh, that's, you know, I would have liked to have been told in advance, Xavier, but I'm not going to hold it against you too hard, right? You know, it's not a big deal. As to the bigger deal, we have to finish the storyline because, like, this event only has, like, 3 days left and I haven't even gotten to it. Like, holy hell. Also, Anaxa, he also doesn't have too much time left. I actually did put in, like, a few pulls, I recall putting into him. I don't think we got very far, though. I am very tempted to get him. Oh, here we go. So, we're about 40 pulls in, so we're very close to actually getting it. We could actually probably... Yeah, we could try going for one more 10 pull and just see. Most awkward 4-minute wait ever. Why? What do you mean I am? Listen, I'm sorry that I have to make you guys wait sometimes when the stream starts. You know, I gotta get things ready, you know, set things up, share links, you know, make sure I'm not forgetting anything, you know, important, you know. Don't want to be streaming and suddenly there's a house is on fire, you know. Woo! Alright, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give one more temple into Anaxa and see if I can get it. Let's see. Is this the time? Because I don't need any 4 stars from here. I've got my last Serval, I think, when I was doing those pulls. And I think I also got Dan Heng, so... Pretty sure I'm done with Eidolons for them. I already maxed out Moza. So yeah, purely this would be like, do I get an Axa? If not, yeah, if not, I guess we're just gonna have to wait. I would really love to get him, though. He looks like a fun unit. Nope. No luck. Ooh. That's not the worst thing in the world, though, to pick up. Right? Because we have his trial right here that we can work on real quick. Woo. God, I remember when we got 4 stars? I remember. Now we have 5 stars for everything.
Watch this magic trick.
Oh, you terrify them? That's funny.
Watch this magic trick.
Not much of a magic trick.
Watch this magic trick.
I'll be honest, I love the animation. The sound effect's a little underwhelming. Could be a little bit better. Woo! Now, if I understand correctly...
You deserve my attention. Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things.
Yay! Alright, let's see. Let's actually do on normal.
Straight to the soul.
Okay.
Sink into insanity.
Yeah, so he does it again. Cool. And then...
Look, the show has begun. With this divine power, I extract the world's purity to reforge all things!
Well, yeah, that seems about right.
Enemy data secured.
I gotta speed this one up.
Activated. Time for good old counterattack.
Alright, not so bad.
Open sesame. Curious,
Alright, let's do
endless
this.
riddles. Nothing but a void. Never seen perfection before. Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
Really? I guess.
Expand your scope. Glimpse the unknown.
What's the matter? Straight to the soul. Look, the show has begun.
Yeah, I do like that.
With this divine power, I reforge all things. I'll see you off.
Oh, we're almost done here. Cool. Yeah, I'm super excited for the Trails in the Sky remake. I'm 100% gonna be playing
Eternal
that.
sleep. The dead return.
Like, I am looking forward to it so much. You have no idea. The cutscene, oh god, that cutscene got me a little emotional. It was beautiful to just see them bring it all together, you know? Like, I'm so proud of Falcom that they're actually, like, you know, they're really trying hard with this remake, right? This is gonna be like a new introduction of the franchise to so many people, and it's gonna be like, oh man, it's perfect. I can't wait for all the people then that are gonna have to. Oh, I can't wait for all the people that get to the ending and they're like, "Where's the second chapter?" Oh, that's gonna be great. Anyway, so when we last left off, we were playing as Dan Heng with Hyacinth, going to go check out some stuff. So I guess we should kind of, you know, get that done now. No stalling. Woo! Also, I'm gonna say this right. I'm gonna call it right now. By the end of the summer, we're gonna get a Trails in the Sky collab for HSR. I'm calling it now. It's gonna happen. They did Fate, and I remember because there was a big deal being made about how the HSR devs went to Japan and met with both the Fate creators and the Trails creators. So I think there's a very high chance that while they were there, they were negotiating plans for collaborations, and it was like, okay, Fate will be first, because there's nothing really particular that's going to be on the timetable, but obviously Trails in the Sky remake was happening, so the HSR devs could then plot out to have, by the time second chapter comes out, which I imagine will be a year from when the first chapter comes out, so probably not this coming fall, but next fall. I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to come out with a Trails collab in advance. It's going to be like Estelle and Joshua as the characters. Just my opinion. Black monsters are twisted in form, and their life has turned to ash together with their souls. It's impossible to figure out their form when they were still alive. These are the remains of a black tide monster. It does look different from the Titankin from up close. What's that underneath it? A scroll? Recorded debate between Venerationist and New Spore scholars. Most of it is legible, leaving only fragments of dialogue. We all recall that state that dared touch the sky, but what were they, really? Just blind masses manipulated by ambitious politicians who dared challenge the Titan's authority. A completely meaningless attempt, an absolute mistake. You Venerationists have bowed to the Titans for so long, you've forgotten a scholar's true purpose. Making a mistake does not mean the act was meaningless. Even those students new to the Grove understand this from basic logic lessons. An entire city-state reduced to ashes proved the sky ship's construction was a mistake. To me, that's precisely the meaning they achieved through sacrifice. Am I hearing this right? Such a statement. Are you converting to Venerationism? No, I'm simply examining the matter from another perspective. Legible contents here. As I expected, the Grove doesn't forbid discussions about the sky. It's a debate between two scholars about the sky ships. Aglai also made mention of the ships when she interrogated us. Memory I'd rather forget. I'll hold on to this for now. With any luck, the journey won't leave us empty-handed. There's also Trails Beyond the Horizon that's coming out around the same time as Sky Remake. Yeah, but I think Sky Remake's gonna be bigger because it's the one that they want. If they're gonna bring more people to the franchise, they don't want to market to an existing game in the long franchise. They want to market as the remake to the new beginning. So I don't think they're gonna do they're gonna do like a Kai collab or anything like that. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I should probably...
A day of peaceful repose.
We'll prepare this in advance.
Let's wait and see.
There we go. Also, very happy with my Locha, by the way. I've been, getting him up there. He's almost maxed out. Working on getting this stuff, and then after giving him his defense traces, I'll work on, like, his basic attack stuff. And then it's gonna be him. Casterus still needs a little bit, but we're basically done with her as well. Also Fu Xuan. Fu Xuan's been, like, on the down low, right? And then Jeppy would be, like, bottom tier priority. But, like, I've got almost all my 5 stars maxed out, so... I'm pretty happy, all things considered. No, but I am confident. Sometime this summer, we're gonna get a HSR trailer. You know, it's gonna be at one of those expos or whatever, and then they're gonna make the announcement for the Trails collab. I just don't see a opportunity that would be wasted so much by having, like, you know, the Trails devs who love, the Trails devs who, you know, absolutely, you know, they clearly want the Sky remake to succeed. Everything about the marketing is telling me that. They really want to try to both, you know, they want to stay true to the original for old fans, but they want to introduce this story to new fans. And there's also, of course, the HSR devs who love the Trails series, and they clearly took great inspiration from it when creating HSR. So I just think that this is too perfect a thing that's like, okay, they met and they didn't discuss anything business-wise they could do together. I just don't think that's happening. And after what we see with the Fate collab, I think it's just, I think it's guaranteed at this point. At least new plushies are going to be cute. Yeah, there's going to be so much new merch. It's going to be great. That's Hyacinth. Why is she surrounded by so many monsters? As much faith as I have in her, it's probably a good idea to help her out there.
Really now? This is way more trouble than I could have asked for.
Need a hand?
Or you could sit back and watch.
I can't tell if you're serious or not, but being hard to read isn't without its perks, I suppose.
I'm kidding, Danny. Lend me a hand, pretty please. All right, now let's get him.
She says as they kindly just stand there, waiting their turn.
Repay.
I'll overcome the thorns. This mortal form.
Oh, this is a waste.
Watch over you.
I'm supposed to do this
Guide you on your
after she
path.
summons the dragon.
Serenity is before me.
Root here.
Yeah.
Feeling spiffy?
Oh no!
You two will head to the Nether Realm. As you wish.
Heard the call.
Embrace a new life.
Torment and doubt, farewell.
Darkness with me.
Well, it was nice knowing you. Now, Falcon, please make it a stealth figure that's affordable. That ain't happening, you know it. I am. This place is practically in ruins. What happened? There shouldn't be this many monsters here.
The Black Tide is remarkably quick to detect the light of Amphorius. So or rather, the blessings of the Sky Priest in me, might have unknowingly called them to me. Anyway, never mind that for now. Here, you might want to have a look at this. I found it around here and thought it might be of interest to you.
Debate between the two scholars. Well then, enlighten me. What exactly do you mean by examining from another perspective? Simple. You see, when we stand normally, the sky is above. When we stand on our heads, it's below our feet. Heh, I don't even want to know what kind of situation inspired you to make such exalted theories. By the way, I have a student who loves to write satirical comedies and once wrote about a fool who could not figure out a question no matter what. As I said, there's no reasoning with you venerationists. You're like Dromus, huge yet always gazing downward at the earth. Well, I want to be the wasp that stings the Dromus. What if that state's tyrant defeat simply proved that among all paths to Aquila, the skyship was the wrong one? Anaxagoras, you impious blasphemer, mark my words, you will eventually answer for your sacrilege. I doubt your students, or that young teaching assistant girl, have any idea that what secret research you're truly conducting. Legible content here. Way to break a man's dream, I'm sorry. I gotta be real with you. It ain't happening for us. It just ain't. Anaxagoras. He's the scholar who fused himself with the core flame of reason.
This is new. I didn't know Professor Anaxa was researching the sky. He's never mentioned anything about it.
Phainon said Anaxa might be opposed to the flame chase journey.
Might is an understatement. Anaxa has never been one to venerate the gods, nor has he ever found it within himself to put any faith in the prophecy. People have come to think of him as a heretic, even in a place as liberal as the Grove. Yet, it is also this very blasphemer that Circe's favors. Fate sure works in mysterious ways.
There's certain irony there. Atheist loved by God. I picked up a scroll on my way here, too. It looks like it may be relayed to the one you're holding.
Oh? Let me have a look.
Hyacinth combines both records together.
the looks of them, these scrolls are records of two conversations that took place in the same setting, one after the other.
The Brit slipped out for a second there. There's so much I don't know about the Grove. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure, go ahead.
Who are the Venerationists?
The Grove of Epiphany is home to 7 schools of thought. While all 7 schools are founded on the ideologies of Thalesis, the first scholar, each is unique in its own way. Among them, the Venerationists revere and worship the Titans the most. As the sage of the Venerationists, Euthyphro has always been at loggerheads with Anaxa. If we were to place the 7 sages on the scales of Talanton, Anaxa and Euthyphro would be placed on opposite sides to achieve balance.
A very illustrative explanation. Thank you. Was it a mistake to build the skyships?
Nearly everyone in Amphorius has heard the story of the skyships by now. Aquila's stature is loftier than the heavens, and their divine retribution is merciless. That's why it's no use building giant skyfaring ships. Oh, but I do wonder if a supercharged mini Treaty cannon could slip past their watch.
I am not getting shot out of a cannon. That was a joke. Right. What is Anaxa's field of study?
Newsporists primarily study the application of alchemy in soul repair. Everyone considers Anaxa a blasphemer, but that has never stopped him from sharing his ideas, no matter how taboo. If you must say that he's hiding something, then it's likely what lies beneath his eye patch.
Uh-huh.
Anaxa often says that every failure brings us one step closer to the truth. Perhaps, to him, the crash of the skyship carries a different interpretation. The firmament is not impenetrable.
Oh.
On the contrary, it was precisely because the skyship represented the first step toward breaking free from the shackles of the earth that it provoked the wrath of the Sky Titan and brought divine punishment upon itself. It's a shame that the majority of the Grove's research on Aquila was headed by the Venerationists, with sacrificial rituals making up a predominant part of their findings. Discourse about more esoteric subject matters in relation to Aquila dwindled even further after the skyship incident. So much so that even this scroll is completely new to me.
Don't worry about it. We'll just collect everything we can find on the Titans for now. There's something else that's caught my attention, though. This is that Anaxa is conducting secret experiments of some sort.
That's what I'd like to know. What are these experiments he's involved in? Even I, the assistant lecturer, know next to nothing about them. I have a bad feeling about this. Could there be more to what happened at the Grove?
And before Anaxa, performing unethical experiments. Don't worry, guys. Everyone's got to go through their Logan arc at one point or another. Soon he'll be donning the big hat.
This is the Library of Philia, a place where the Grove stores its collection of tomes. Other than books written by the 7 schools, you can also find philosophical texts, ballads, and religious writings from the Outlands here. Cities that desire to learn from the Grove were apparently expected to contribute knowledge of equal value to what they saw. We've had more than our fair share of hilarious episodes over the years. For instance, it's said that the Erythrocheramists once borrowed a manuscript from a certain author, but ended up returning a copy instead of the original. What's more, the original manuscript was supposedly then hidden here.
That doesn't seem like a nice thing to do.
Nice? No need to hold yourself back, Danny. You can just tell it like it is. Their behavior was no different from bandits.
Well, if you don't mind, did the Grove ever rob Castrum Kremnos?
Whew, you've got me there. Some said you couldn't even find a dictionary in Castrum Kremnos, so I guess they were spared.
There is no dictionary in the Kremnoan language.
There are
There's-
many books in the Library of Philia. Flipping through them all will take too long. Why don't we use the Biblioslate to search for the texts we need? We can bring them back to Akama for reading after that.
Agreed. This place isn't safe. We should leave as soon as we're done. There are still several more scrolls strewn all over the place. I'll gather them while you pull up those texts. This way, nothing will be overlooked. Unethical experiments, a C shout out somewhere. Somewhere. Oh, wait, it's over here. Scroll! These are complaint letters from the scholars about Anaxagoras the Blasphemer. There's a thick stack of letters. Based on the dust accumulated and the perfectly intact seals, the complainee did not even bother opening them and just chucked them aside into a corner. This is about Anaxa. I should read this. Hyacinth, you should come have a look too.
Ugh, it's so dusty in here. Whoa. Are these all complaints about him? I can already see what they must have written. Anaxa has no respect for the gods. His very existence undermines order in our society. They're probably all things like that.
Does Anaxa hold that much influence?
Why else would they call him the Great Performer? When Anaxa established his school of thought, the first thing he apparently did was read his own work to everyone. Are the Titans truly an accurate reflection of what humans think gods should be? Worlds created by gods are indubitably perfect, but what of Amphorius? Only foolishness and insensitivity everywhere you turn.
A few assumptions laid in there, Mr. Anaxa. An uncanny impersonation. What happened after?
They marched him straight to the seat of judgment before he could finish. Though what he took on in the end was more of a debate than an actual trial. He had to address every one of the scholar's allegations, or face expulsion from the Grove. The first allegation was... Do you agree that since the Titans created the heavens and earth, so the mountains, rivers, and seas must likewise be their creations?
Am I supposed to put myself in Anaxa's shoes and answer that? As told in the myths, the seas, the skies, and the earth are all beyond the shadow of the doubt creations of the Titans.
Anaxa would have probably been spared a lot of trouble if he had answered this way. Instead, he quoted past instances of the Flame Chase journey and posited that humans have the potential to take over the divinity of Titans. Needless to say, his critics didn't take kindly to his answer, so they followed up with a second allegation. You claim to be studying souls, yet you are, in fact, defiling them and committing acts condemned by the gods. Do you admit it?
That's a serious allegation. Did he really do that?
Anaxa always wears an eye patch, never removing it, even when alone. Some say he used one of his eyes as an alchemical ingredient.
Oh.
Every being in the world owes their safekeeping to Kithily, and this is even more so for the Chrysos heirs who have divine blood coursing through them. If he has really done something of that nature, then it'd indeed be sacrilegious. Thankfully, they had no way to prove it, so it amounted to nothing more than an allegation in the end.
Really? They didn't even take off the eye patch to try to confirm?
One by one, Anaxa engaged in wars of words against those who would challenge him. Toward the end, a scholar asked him, Anaxagoras, have you any respect for the gods? It was only after a brief silence that he answered, I have never denied that Titans are meant to be noble constructs.
What he didn't say, that the Titans are not noble, rings louder in this case.
Yes, I'm not sure how that controversy was eventually resolved. But what's for certain, at least,
He wants to be
is that
Odin.
Anaxa was allowed to stay in the grove where he continued his research.
Or his crows, he needs his
Despite being
ravens!
regarded as a heretic. By the way, This stack of complaint letters has reminded me of a place in the Grove. We may find clues there that aren't on the teleslate. I'm talking about Anaxa's alchemy lab, hidden between the cornerstones.
Oh no. Given the Grove's meticulous approach to archiving, could there really be such an oversight right under their noses?
It's a well-kept secret. Among the 7 sages, excluding the nominal chief sage, each has a private sanctuary where they can conduct research undisturbed in their free time. Even the administrators of the Library of Philia are restricted from accessing those places and documenting the sage's research. But with the Grove in this state, I'm sure Anaxa won't be mad even if we sneak into the lab for a short while. Right?
Right. These trees, they're like a maze. Alright. Wait, where the hell am I going? Okay. Come on. Goddamn water wheel elevator. There we go.
This is the place.
Oh.
But where is everything?
Oh, so this is his lab?
Materials for alchemical experiments, matrix diagrams, and even the seal to the lab.
Oh.
They're all gone. Did the Black Tide destroy it all?
Well, where's the Black Tide, if that's true? No wonder we didn't see any defense mechanisms along the way. Have you ever been here before?
No, not even close. Not only are alchemy experiments high-risk activities, but Professor Anaxa also has a penchant for using bizarre materials. Students often saw him walk in looking right as rain, but come out covered in soap with his hair singed. Naturally, no one dared to come near this place. Huh? That bookshelf over there seems to be the only thing still intact.
Define intact. Hey, Victor! This is Star Rail. Oh. Let's see, what do we got here? These are the materials requested by Anaxagoras. Documents from various fields have been compiled in one place, including Titan creations, the universality of the soul, alchemy doctrine, and so on. Most of the materials look to be within the research domain of the Nous Porus school of thought. However, a document titled A Study on the Chrysosair's Background is mixed within. Okay. Holy Maiden of Yanisopolis, Tribi, Trian, and Trinon descends of the Holy Maiden from the Temple of the Three Fates, Goldweaver Glyvokema from the Nestia priestly family, the Prince of Castrum Kenos, Hyacine of the Twilight Courtyard. All of their ancestry have varying degrees of connection to the Divine Titans or their divine authorities. Does the Golden Blood come from the heritage of priest families or royal bloodlines? Anaxagoras, I myself show no such connection. Kefli, the creator, what criteria did they use to create the Golden Blood to shape the Chrysosairs? Yet Castris, the servant of death from Idonia, her lineage is neither Titan priest nor demigod. She has walked the earth for at least a millennium with the power to grant death to humans. Where did this power come from? Another text speaks of the dragon legends of Styxia. The alchemical extraction of soul ripped from dragon corpses is intriguing. Dragons appear to be the Titan's creations. Perhaps there's a way to reverse the process, using alchemy to refuse human souls with Titan creations, increasing the purity and divinity of golden blood toward the absolute. This theory must be tested. Experiments can be arranged. Uh-oh. Are we talking about turning people into dragons now? Oh no.
What's going on?
Oh no.
Anaxa is conducting research on our friends in Alchema and... me?
It can't be that shocking. This journal contains several intriguing points. From the Abyss of Fate to Castrum Krenos, I've seen many a Titan creation during my time in Amphorius. Life forms created by Circes can also be found in the Grove. But fusing them with human souls through alchemical means, I can't even begin to imagine. The Chrysosairs. Anaxa seems to hold special interest in the divinity coursing through the Chrysosairs' veins, has even conducted a thorough investigation to the hero's background.
It wouldn't have been so strange if he had focused only on Cassie, given her own curiosity about her origins. Plus, considering that the new sporists have crafted omnipotent medicines capable of curing diseases, it also makes sense that he would conduct research on immortal Chrysos heirs. But now, it seems Anaxa's objective was never to create medicine, but to identify the origin of the golden blood and figure out its inner workings.
Wow, Professor Anaxa! You've really found a way to help people! Help people. It's the meme. Through alchemy, Anaxa aims to refine the golden blood in the Chrysos heirs to a degree of purity equal to divinity. This must be what he means by close to true purity. But treating both Titan creations and the human body as materials to be used in alchemical experiments? That's rather extreme.
Danny, look at this. I have a bad feeling about this.
These documents appear incomplete. Judging from what's left behind, the important alchemical formula has been taken away, only the author's reasoning remains. The previous approach has flaws. Using human souls with Titan creations does not purify golden blood. Even pure Titan creations are contaminants to the Chrysos heirs' golden blood. Soul fusion between humans and creations merely repairs impurities of the soul or maintains a connection to dying souls. While creation myths tell us that Chrysos heirs and other creations were all made by Titans, their nature differs fundamentally. The Titans' creations are no intermediate products of an alchemical process, and the Chrysos heirs are closer to the Titans than the creations. In other words, I should not have considered Titan creations equal to Chrysos heirs. The hypothesis I should focus on is one pointed towards the Titans themselves. Such rare chances to study Titans demand a meticulous selection of research subjects. Living Titans prove impossible to restrain, and dead Titans offer no insights worth pursuing. But dying Titans, they are the perfect research subjects. Only by understanding the fundamentals of creation can we ensure perfection at the moment of everything's birth. Through my own hands I will melt a Titan and reach the true essence of the soul.
My biggest fear. It's come true. After going through his notes, I think I can piece it all together now. Anaxa was carrying out experiments on soul transmutation.
Do you mean he's trying to reconstruct human souls alchemically?
Yes, this is what he was secretly conducting research on. Something he had to keep hidden from others. Compared to his public speeches, this is the real blasphemy. Oh, I just thought of something.
What's wrong?
Do you remember? When the Black Tide was approaching, the Grove had planned to send Cersei's core flame to a safe place. But an accident happened along the way, and Anaxa lost his life in the process.
But Cersei took over his body and resurrected him, which led to the situation we're in now.
That's right. But what if Professor Anaxa's fusion with the core flame of reason wasn't an accident?
What do you mean?
Put yourself in his shoes. Knowing that the Black Tide was closing in and your time was running out, what would you have done?
Oh. I put my theories to the test, no matter the cost.
Exactly. When the Black Tide came, the true reason Anaxa headed to the Luminary Throne was to transmute and fuse himself with the Titan's core flame.
Did he succeed?
No. Judging from how he reacted after the event, the results came as a surprise. Maybe he failed to consider the possibility that Cersei's would make a similar decision. The manuscripts detailing all the alchemical formulae have been taken away. His research is still ongoing.
Could he have taken them for other purposes?
Like, what? There's only one Titan left in the world now.
Carefully.
No. No way.
To conceive an entity of perfection, one must first understand the principles of creation. If Anaxa is in Akama now, then that means...
He's after Kefali.
Alright. Are we going to go back to Anaxa?
Sir,
there we
this
go.
sky above us, it's not real, is it?
Of course not. This is just an image from a projection device used for educational purposes. A simple trick. The day-night cycle has been lost to this world. So that students like you may still learn about the night sky, astronomers have harnessed the Titan's miraculous power to manipulate the light, projecting the nights of the past here for you.
Aw.
Much like how the sky above the Holy City is also illuminated by Kefali's dawn device.
So, the skies of Akama are fake too.
You mustn't conclude that, Anaxa. You should know that only a child would expose a trick and be proud of it. Often people know more than they let on. They simply choose to feign ignorance because they have no other choice.
Then they're just deluding themselves. People believe in Kefali's tale of Genesis, accepting wholesale whatever the priests preach. But we're different. We've already walked out of the firelit cave of ignorance. We have already realized that we live in a world where Titans make the rules. Even when we look at the sky, we're only seeing what they allow us to see. Rather than gazing at this mockery of a night sky fabricated by them for the rest of my life, why shouldn't I be the one to take control of the projection device instead?
So much time has passed since you sowed the seeds of doubt in my heart, child. Many a night, I find myself penning down all my theories and wild ideas, only to burn them to ashes when I open my eyes in the day.
Why? Because we'll face death by burning if word gets out?
As a sage of the Venerationists, my soul has already become inextricably linked to the Great Tree. Every word I say and every move I make is certain to influence every leaf, every branch, even the tree itself.
Uh-huh.
But above all else, my days are numbered. Instinctively, I have my doubts about the golden blood and the human soul, yet I have no means of verifying them. The golden blood in my veins is woefully thin, and I am loath to waste what little time I have left obsessing over a hypothesis that cannot even be proven in the first place.
But I can, sir. I can do it for us. The time is right. Give me all that I need, and I shall accomplish this grand feat on your behalf.
You're right. I shall do just that. In the next meeting of the sages, I will spare no efforts fighting for the rights you deserve. Go. Establish your own school of thought. Find out what we are. Become the one who conquers the ultimate truths of the world.
Child of humanity, you didn't go to such lengths for an audience with Kefali. Just ask him a few questions, did you?
So, you figured it out. If I were as foolish as Adromus, perhaps I'd throw myself down and prostrate before their greatness, begging for the gods' prophetic wisdom. Well, sorry to disappoint, but I'm no Dromus. Alas, I am a human, standing tall on 2 feet, possessing both intellect and pride.
Before such power, does it make any difference whether you're a human or a Dromus?
I'm sure you're familiar with the story of the Styxians. When the raging waves threatened to swallow them, they didn't just give up and become sitting ducks. No. They constructed a dam that kept the roaring tide at bay, chaining down the mad Fagusa. They call me a blasphemer, Xerxes. But that doesn't mean I deny the existence of gods. It's just, as I see it, Titans are simply a force that mankind has yet to find a way to tame.
Oh? If power that rivals the Titans is what you crave, why not conform to the prophecy and brave the trial?
Why stop at harnessing the power of the Titans when I can do so much more? The source of life is what I wish to grasp, to understand what makes up the soul, and to learn what we really are. Thanks to you, I've had the chance to personally verify, in more ways than one, that the soul indeed ceases to exist in death. But where there is death, there is life. And where there is an end, there must also be a beginning. How then is a soul born? That was the only unknown variable left in my calculations.
And by the sound of it, you have already formed a conjecture.
No, I have already drawn a conclusion. In my journey unto death just now, I finally saw the answer with my own eyes.
Professor Anaxa,
Oh.
I'm here. His life hangs by a thread. I must ask you to refrain from taking any unnecessary steps.
Of course. I'll bring this to a conclusive end, and give you the answer you so desire. However, in accordance with the principle of equivalent exchange, I must also demand from you what I need.
As you wish.
Don't you care to know what the price might be?
It's a matter of uncovering the truth about the Death Titan and his survival. This may be the only time I can ever save someone's life. There is no need for me to think twice.
I see. In that case, let the show begin.
Indulge me. Am I correct to say that you intend to prove Thanatos' whereabouts and prove the nature of our existence now?
Before I begin, I must confess I had been stuck in a cognitive trap all this time. As unrelated as these two propositions may seem at first glance, they are in fact logical equivalents. They are merely two different ways of telling us about what the soul is at its core. The reason I say this is, as I've mentioned earlier, the answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
Anaxa, you were in the Netherrealm?
Yes, I am but a living dead man now, but that's not important. What truly matters is, I overheard a conversation between heroes. That's not all. Remember how I said you were a part of that conversation too, Circes?
And I've told you that I have no recollection of such an event. That was likely just an illusion conjured up by the mind of a dying man.
Oh, no.
Of course you would remember, because that wasn't you. That was Calypso, one of the 7 sages of the Grove.
Calypso?
That's the name I made up on a whim when speaking to this girl. How do you know of it? And surely you jest. Don't you think I, of all people, would know if that were the name of one of the 7 sages under the shade of my tree? Don't you claim to know the Grove's past like the back of your hand?
It seems you've lost even the memories seared into your soul. Use your head, Circes. Since all of this took place in the realm of the dead, it stands to reason their likenesses are of souls from the past. The living cannot step foot into that world, so who could they be? Think about Calypso. Why does she share your likeness, yet you have no idea who she is? The answer is evident, is it not? Those fallen heroes are the mortal incarnations of the Titans before their ascensions to godhood. The gods aren't master creators born out of thin air, and they are no different from humans, because they all evolved from one. Does this answer disappoint you?
Yes, because you've answered nothing. If I truly was once human, as you claim, then where do the children of humanity come from?
Even on the off chance that you speak the truth, this brings us no closer to grasping Thanatos' whereabouts. How are we to find them?
I knew you would say that, but it matters not. I know what I'm doing. Actually, why don't we have this supreme being standing before us tell us everything?
You can revive a Titan?
Humans cannot return from the dead. Neither can gods. But all we need to do is look at this from a different perspective, and the problem will resolve itself. The solution is simple. Just like what you did to me. If I'm reborn as Kefali, I can rebuild the world and all within it as they once did.
Oh boy.
Simple, is it not?
Uh-oh. In the meantime...
I have news from Hyacinth and Dan Heng. Anaxa might be trying to do something with Kefali's divine body.
Kefali? But what could Anaxa want? Is the Council of Elders going to sit around and let such a sacrilegious act unfold?
That is not possible. He is indeed the great performer, capable of fooling anyone and everyone with his tricks.
I'm sorry.
No need for guilt, for this is good news to us. The Council of Elders has found themselves a traitorous ally. Anaxa's ambitious desires will be something we can exploit. What we should be doing now is to keep our eyes peeled for whichever trickery Kynes is up to, and react accordingly to thwart her plans. Being Akima's political center, the Demigod Council holds just as much significance as the Vortex of Genesis. Someday, after my duty is over, this site will take the place of the battlefield where you hunt gods. Become the next challenge you ought to overcome. Till then, it's best to get used to this place as soon as possible.
Vice, anytime you need something.
Preposterous! The Christos heirs only have their standing because of the Council of Elders! How dare they trample over it!
Oh. Wow, these people are shooting daggers with their eyes.
It's been a while.
Oh, you're not dead, right. Oh, Wick of Forest!
What is that supposed to mean? Is this really the sort of person that the young lord praised as a ferocious warrior?
It has indeed been some time, Lord Crateros. What brings you here in such haste?
Shh, keep it down. Be more vigilant. See those duplicitous dogs over there? They do the dirty work for Kynes. I've already ordered my people to hold them back, but we should still lay low. Unless you're itching for a bloody fight to get a workout in.
My bad. So, did something happen?
Did you hear thunderclaps last night?
It would be hard not to notice thunderclaps in broad daylight. No, I'm a heavy sleeper. Hooray! It's Acheron! Someone's coming to save us!
Hacker? What?
He's been through a lot lately. Please pardon him. Can you tell us more about these thunderclaps?
Sorry, I'm a shit poster.
Thunderclaps are beacon signals of strife. They are a message from the young lord. He threw a spear bearing several words at Akama.
Watch out. The Flame Reaver is back.
I guessed as much. We didn't actually kill them back at the Kremnos Arena.
I figured this is something you would want to know. We Kremnoans never back down from a fight. So if you plan to take that thing down in a battle, reach out to me anytime.
You have my gratitude. I will let Aglaya know about this right away.
Remind her to be on her toes while you're at it. That vicious Kynes has been unusually active lately. Those lackeys she keeps under cover have been going in and out of the city a lot more frequently these days. Some even seem to be getting Kremnoans to defect to the council.
That's her.
Looks like you can see it for yourself.
We should get back. Thank you for the intel, Lord Crateros.
Had to be the worst group shot I've heard for the game so far. Usually they do a good job of, like, you know, with the mixing and stuff, but I guess something must have happened with that one.
Someone trampled right over the Master's flower bed, yet the Master only fumes in silence. Oopsie. There goes the reputation of the Council of Elders.
Whose side am I on? Why, I'm all for the Council of Elders to reclaim their authority, of course.
They're here. The Chrysos heirs are here.
Oh, I should have gone back home to fetch a sacrificial vessel, some floral crowns, and frankincense to burn and offer.
Oh, Titans! Please, forgive these arrogant and self-conceited heroes!
By Catholic into Lent and above, as the Theoros I have observed. Virtue.
I know!
Aglaya, what happened here?
I skip!
I know about the poisonous fangs of that king snake through the golden threads. In the past, I would be confident about keeping her in check, but I admit I am now unable to do so.
What do you mean?
It is no longer about eloquence or arguments. I have been a demigod for far too long that I hardly have any humanity left. Before I realized it, I have become no different from these hypocrites, no longer capable of relating to the people. This has come a lot sooner than I expected. But perhaps it is time. I need you to step up, Finan, in order for me to retreat behind the scenes.
Yes, this is my duty, but...
It is far easier for the Council of Elders to fool many than just fool one person. Their so-called more support is no more than a ruse to distribute power using words instead of lances. There is no glory in winning this debate, but that makes having respect for humans so much more priceless. Finan, you are a Chrysos heir without flaw, capable of relating deeply with humans.
I appreciate what you've taught me, Aglaya. I hope we'll live up to your expectations and win this debate.
Oh, you've done well, Lord Calictus. Let me take over and personally close this debate for today. Dearest counselors, let it be known that I sorely miss the blissful times portrayed in lyrical poems. Back then, Amphorius was home to nearly 1,000 cities, each with their own local faith, while gods walked the earth and shared close bonds with humans. Yet, in the present, people from all over are forced to leave their homeland to seek refuge in the holy city, where they hope to rest under Kethali's protection. All of us have long been in the same boat, with no way out of this plight. We didn't have a choice in the past, but now, the Council of Elders brings to the table a new possibility. All I have left is one question for you. Would you rather strive toward the unheard of Era Nova, or return to the prosperous Era Chrysia of our past? Make your choice. Now, which of the two would lead mortals to an ideal future?
If it's possible to bring Era Chrysia back, no hesitation to stand by Era Nova. Well, I mean, the problem is that I can agree that there's no guarantee the Era Nova would necessarily be better, right? So if you could get it back, sure. But how are we supposed to send Amphorius back to Era Chrysia? That's the question.
We all know that Era Chrysia is a thing of the past, Lady Cainus. Please, enlighten me. How does the Council of Elders plan to turn back time?
Let the three Titans of Calamity be born, and Era Chrysia is nevermore. But bring demise to those Titans, and Era Chrysia will descend upon us again.
Ah, I see.
Know that the Council of Elders is never one to make empty promises. Look at who we have on our side. Anaxagoras, one of the Grove's 7 sages, and Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death. With the help of these 2 heroes, I can promise all of you that Era Chrysia will exist once more.
Aren't they Chrysos heirs? They're supporting the Council of Elders instead?
It's clear from the start that these heroes do not get along well in their group. All the more proof that Aglaia is unfit to speak on behalf of every Chrysos heir. I am in favor of Era Chrysia.
Era Chrysia! Era Chrysia!
Yeah, the mixing on this one's a bit awful. I don't know if it's because they're trying to lower the volume or whatever, but it sounds a little scuffed.
Castorus? Why are you standing over there?
I mean, she just wants the Death Titan dead too, you know?
You finally arrived, Naxa. So have you, Cass.
Don't worry, Aglaia. Well, I know that you have many queries. Could you continue to converse like how the citizens normally do? Tell me, dear citizens, if we successfully retrieve and return Thanatos' core flame without anyone passing the Death Titan's trial, what would happen next?
The answer is simple. We will have a chance to rid the world of death and bring Amphorius back to an era when all beings live forever. We'll usher in a new future that will be entirely different from the Flame Chase journey.
He's one of the 7 sages. That's impossible.
Your proposal is much too idealistic. As long as the Black Tide still exists, how can we go back to the old days?
Remember what I previously said? Kefali's core flame is guarded by the secret power of the Council of Elders. Plus, Fagusa's water curtain will be able to block out any external perceptions. Tell me, dear citizens, have any of you ever seen even a glimpse of the threat that this person is talking about anywhere within the walls of this majestic holy city?
Let's just become the target flame story sooner or later. And this is just survivorship bias! Survivorship bias.
If we eliminate death, then there's no need for us to fear that Flame Reaver, right? Citizens, let's loudly sing the blessed hymn. Oh, beautiful old world, where are you now? Oh, legendary Era Chrysia, return to the mortal realm.
After the destruction of the 3 Titans of Calamity, the Flame Chase journey will have to end.
Era Chrysia! Yes!
What a great idea, yeah. It's like everyone's like, hey, you know what? Let's just kill the 3 Titans that are supposedly responsible for causing this terrible calamity. The thing is that I'm pretty sure we've established now that the Black Tide, the Kefali, no, not Kefali, what's his name? Nias's godlike persona. Nikador. I keep forgetting it for some reason. But Nikador, I'm pretty sure the idea was that Nikador sort of established himself as a response to the Black Tide showing up. So it's like, I think that's the more fallacious part.
This is bad. The masses are now totally riled up.
I don't think Aglaia wants to reveal that.
Anaxa,
because it could cause more chaos.
pray tell. Everything that you've mentioned hinges on the premise that we can find Thanatos' existence, right?
Thank you, Lady Aglaia, for still caring about this city. However, dear citizens, we are truly fortunate and blessed. For Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death, will surely find Thanatos under my guidance.
What? With that, I solemnly promise that the core flame Lady Castorus brings back will be personally managed by the Council of Elders. Thereafter, if we are able to garner the support of all of you at the Citizens' Assembly, we shall spare no effort in ensuring that the Arachrysia will return to our world once again.
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. By carefully into Lenten above, as the Theoros I have observed, Akama has chosen her destiny. The issue up for discussion at this Citizens' Assembly shall be modified to the suspension of the Flame Chase journey. This resolution shall be put up on the Wall of Heroes, such that all citizens are aware of the city's way forward.
Yes! To the future! Yeah, I like this. Fantastic!
I feel like they need to have, like, they need to, like, multiply this by, like, because there's supposed to be, like, looks like hundreds of people on the sidelines. It feels like they really need to multiply it by, like, a lot more so it actually sounds like a stadium, you know?
Aglaya, dear Aglaya. What has caused your heart to soften? You also don't seem to be as quick-witted as before.
She's having a bit of a crisis of faith in her own way, you know?
Wag your tongue as much as you like. Since the Flame Chase journey has been preordained by the prophecy, our failure has never been on the cards.
Well then, I guess we'll find out if that's true at the Citizens' Assembly.
Lygus announced the conclusion of the debate, and the attendees part ways. No more strife! No more death! Castris, what's going on? No more anything! Actually, anything special here? Nope. Wow, we are having really boring mission descriptions compared to Pentacony. They're not taking advantage of this.
Well, it seems that when I sent you to look for Anaxa, I unintentionally facilitated your partnership with him instead.
My apologies, everyone. I know that you have many questions to ask me. I will answer them to the best of my knowledge.
In that case, please tell us as much as you can.
Well, hold on. What happened when you went to look for Anaxa?
In actuality, he showed me a past that was both long and heavy.
The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier. The answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
Anaxa?
Yes, I am but a living...
Let's shoot a Castris' point of view, okay.
Have you heard of this tale before?
Polixia, there!
A tale about the ocean god's treasured pearl, our hometown. It was a seaside town which enjoyed the ocean breeze and glorious, peaceful times, thanks to the wisdom of its ruling queen. Until one day, an evil dragon descended upon the town. Its wings were large enough to blot out the sun, while its claws were sharp enough to rip the waves apart. It barged into the tall tower and devoured the queen's beloved daughter. It even settled itself in her bedroom, like a tyrant king. The queen assembled 300 warriors who managed to subdue the evil dragon by chaining it up. However, when the queen slit open the dragon's belly, she realized that the princess had long since been digested, and all that was left of her was a pile of bones. Devastated, the queen wept for several days. It was then that a devious, smooth-talking scholar arrived at the palace and suggested that the princess could be revived through the use of dragon bone and dragon blood. That liar called this process the secret art of alchemy. The princess was reborn! The queen was overjoyed, blissfully unaware that the evil dragon's soul still lurked within the princess's body. As revenge, the evil dragon swallowed the poor queen, the glib liar, the courageous warriors, and all of the town's innocent civilians in a single gulp. Worse still, the souls of the deceased were refused entry to the Netherrealm
because they were filled with regret. Forced to roam the mortal realm, these resentful souls ultimately converged into a river of souls that would not retreat for a long time. The terrifying death had consumed all. Thereafter, our hometown fell into ruin as well. Until...
Until?
Actually, I don't know what happened next either.
Oh, my... It seems that you still like to whet people's appetites even after all this time, Pelixia. So, according to your story, this is how I used to look? It's practically a mirror image. And yet, what exactly is this?
A miracle that I created with alchemy. As for what it is and how I was able to accomplish it, I'll keep the answers to myself for now.
Oh, my goodness. Is this cliffhanger really necessary?
Quiet, Titan. Continue to enjoy this splendid play, and the truth will naturally reveal itself.
Do you recognize that person, Cassius?
Dragon, huh? I've heard this legend before.
In that case, what do you think of it?
I think that this so-called alchemy was a tenuous analogy added to the story by future generations. After all, you've never heard of a tradition of alchemy in your hometown before, have you?
Who said it was from her hometown?
Indeed. Before I left home to pursue my education, I never even knew that anybody was looking into this area of study.
Therefore, we can just treat this tale as a fable told to young children.
A fable, you say? If so, what moral is it trying to impart to the kids?
I guess it might be the concept of equivalent exchange?
Oh? I thought the moral might be closer to something like honor the dead.
Huh.
What? At a loss for words?
No, I merely realized that we're both thinking of the same principle. If life is priceless, then there is hardly anything else in this world that is of equal weight to it, right?
Indeed. As expected of the wisest scholar in the land.
You flatter me. Why don't I ask you a question as well, as a form of equivalent exchange?
Of course. What is your question?
If I imparted my knowledge of the art of alchemy to you, would you use it to resurrect someone you loved?
What? What kind of strange question is this? I got it. You're just trying to get me to tell you whether I like anyone, right?
Let's just leave it at that. That was rude of me.
Yes, I would.
Oh?
Death is inevitable. In the days to come, I'm certain that someone whom I cherish deeply will leave me for good, if such a mighty power really existed. I think I would use it without hesitation. After all, you, me, and the rest will all have to face that fateful moment eventually.
Oh.
My time is finally here. However, perhaps because of my firm belief in the immeasurable value of life, I am unable to complete the trial.
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. It is a pity that fate is such a cruel mistress.
Is there no other way of interpreting those words?
I'm afraid that the meaning is clear. Between my sister and me, one must pay the price. our trial can only be completed when the one chosen sacrifices her life. I'm afraid that the prophecy might even have selected a pair of twins for this exact purpose.
Fortune makes fools of us all.
My sister is prepared to sacrifice herself. And yet, I can't do the same. How absurd. My time is almost up, but I'm still afraid to welcome death. What should we do? If I'm ultimately not able to make up my mind...
Since Chaos is willing to guide all of us and leave this trial to the end, there is still plenty of time for you to ponder.
That's right. Don't allow the fog of an uncertain future to cloud your mind.
Trial, prophecy, the topics that they're discussing seem familiar. But these three people must not have left their names in the epics. Otherwise, I would have some recollection of this.
Amphorius' history before the Titans were born was complete chaos. Is that not strange by itself?
Not necessarily.
I have long held 3 hypotheses about this. However, let's continue watching for now.
Calypso, Polixia, and this warrior. I seem to have met him somewhere before.
Nice.
Regarding this matter, Nias, are you confident that you'll complete your trial?
Of course. Though, I am worried about what will happen once I've emerged victorious.
Looks like you have made up your mind.
Yes, this is the safest course of action.
Completely separating courage, honor, tenacity, sacrifice, and reason. You really know how to make things difficult.
Please, young lady, witness my fall and demise. Lady Calypso, you shall host the soul-rending ceremony.
I do not understand. Why would you dare to sacrifice yourself for a future that you won't get to witness?
Because this is our destiny. The power that resides within me is so intense that I will one day be engulfed by it. Furthermore, a valorous death before glorious return has always been the path I chose to walk. A journey I began long ago. If your sister or Chaos were in my position, I believe they would make the same choice as well.
I'm not that brave. I don't know how I'm supposed to face such a serious affair.
Despite being Death's chosen one, it seems you still don't know how to face it. Let's chat, young lady. Perhaps I shouldn't end my journey so hastily. Since there's still time, I'm not worried about letting fate wait a little longer.
Of course. This warrior is Lord Nias. As the embodiment of Nikador's divinity, he entrusted his life to us and allowed humankind to end his madness. That means that what I'm currently seeing before my eyes is, in fact...
Looks like one hypothesis of mine has already been proven true. These heroes are the true forms of the Titans, before they attained their divinity. If so, the chosen one of death that he speaks of is actually...
Polixia? Is the previous form of Thanatos? But her appearance...
If this is true, as long as we can find out where she went, we'll naturally be able to figure out the location of the Death Titan.
But before that, We first need to witness what ultimately happened to Lord Anaias.
Huh.
Lord Anaias' honor is sealed here.
Incredible. The honor in this child's soul is so light.
Nikador's courage is a testament that they have never once retreated from a battle.
I've heard that these words are still engraved in Castrum Kremnos even today. It didn't occur to me that they were actually part of an alchemical formula. Sealed within this statue is undoubtedly his sacrifice.
They use their own body as our city walls, keeping out and protecting us from the pervasive spread of madness. They are acutely aware that if the end times were to arrive, there would be nothing left in this world to conquer.
I believe that his tenacity is sealed within this statue.
Before we fought Nikador, we also released it from the stone statue.
And then...
Honor, courage, tenacity, sacrifice.
And finally, the only thing that remains is reason.
Cheer up, young lady. There is no need to shed tears over a glorious death.
All farewells in this world are sorrowful, Lord Anaias.
No, young lady. As a warrior, I have witnessed too many bitter deaths. But now, all I feel is peace. I did not know until this moment that mortals could live their lives in such a way.
Although only a sliver of your soul remains, you remain so optimistic. Or maybe the truth is that you aren't able to feel sorrow anymore.
To be honest, I don't know either. But I am certain of one thing. This is not an acceptance of death nor apathy toward it. It's not even a feeling of despair. I am just enjoying what remains of my life to the fullest.
Enjoying?
Indeed. Along this journey that we've taken together, not only have I changed the world, I myself have also changed in the process. And now I have reached the journey's end. When I look back and see the grand epic that I've personally written, how could I not revel in that fact?
But when you depart the mortal realm, won't all of your accomplishments be reduced to nothing? Separation and death are two sides of the same coin. Reconciling this doesn't come easily for a mortal.
Finally, let me recount to you a story of mine, young lady. The first time I returned from the battlefield, I felt extremely hollow. The calamity had devoured everybody on the battlefield but me. When I returned to the city alone, the citizens held a banquet for me that was far from pleasant. I felt as though I was still on the battlefield, and the person who had returned was nothing but an empty shell. It was late into the night by the time the banquet ended. My head still reeling, I returned alone to the barracks. On the way back, I encountered someone. It was a crazed scholar looking at the night sky and muttering to himself by the side of the road. Although I tripped over him and fell, I wasn't angry in the slightest. And maybe because I saw myself in him, I inexplicably asked him a question. Do you think that it'd be better if we just died on the roadside like a couple of stray dogs? To my surprise, he shrugged his shoulders and sighed.
To someone who is currently experiencing death, dying and living afford the same amount of bliss. Now please go away and don't block my starlight.
Are you trying to say that there is no difference between living
No, that's a
and
reference
dying?
still.
For they are both journeys that lead toward death?
That's exactly what life is, and death is, but a scale to measure how valuable the journey was. Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent because all things eventually fade to dust. Therefore, young lady, don't detest your fate. Instead, willingly and respectfully embrace it.
The embodiment of strife telling me about the majesty of the world.
Indeed. I believe that when the fated moment eventually arrives, you will be able to understand my words. It is time for me to knock on death's door. I will set up a long table at the end of the road and humbly await your arrival. When that moment finally comes, let us drink and be merry then.
I knew this day would eventually come.
Are the both of you ready?
Mm-hmm. Polixia. I'm here. What? This...
This is quite interesting indeed.
Is this... Polixia's sister? Is it... me? Now, it's time for us to fulfill our promises. Are you afraid? What are you afraid of?
That I won't be able to do it.
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. As foretold in the prophecy, and according to our vows, once it all ends, we must face our fated moment head-on.
Even if it was prophesied, do we have no say in the matter? It's so unfair. Why are we the only ones who are forced into mutual destruction? Let me do it, sister. Let me be death's sacrifice. I was never long for this world anyway. But you're different. I was the one who wasted your life after all.
You're wrong, Polixia. I don't think that my life was wasted. Just the opposite. When I finally arrived at this destination and looked back at the journey I took, I discovered that flowers had long since bloomed along the path I walked. It was you who sowed the seeds for this sea of flowers, one that is more beautiful than the promised land at the end of the world. Besides, I have lived a fulfilling life. Even though I was fated for sacrifice, none of the things that I've experienced will dissipate. Instead, they'll forever live on as memories inside your head. Will they not?
How could my memories of you ever compare to the actual you?
Well then, tell me, what exactly are we?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But regardless of what the answer is, regardless of how we're shaped by others, or even by this world, ever since we were born, the fact that we existed was predestined, and nothing could erase it. why I will always, always be by your side. We're twins, after all. All right, my dear Polixia. It's time to extract my heart and light the flame of death. After that, use it to plant the first bud in the prophesied new world.
Don't remember any of this, huh, Cassius? Oh?
If I imparted my knowledge of the art of alchemy to you, would you use it to resurrect someone you loved?
Death is inevitable. In the days to come, I am certain that someone whom I cherish deeply will leave me for good. If such a mighty power really existed, I think I would use it without hesitation. Even now, my answer remains the same. This is why, sister, I promise you, in the prophesied new world, I shall plant the first bud on your behalf. Go now. Return to the Ocean God's treasured pearl, our hometown. I shall open wide the entrance to the Netherrealm and grant you a second life. The living beings on this earth shall respond to my call and lead you to the sacred daylight. Remember, do not look back on the land of the dead, and do not stop moving. In the new world promised by the prophecy, march toward your new life. As for the price of our equivalent exchange, let me be the one to pay it.
I see.
Everybody, we've come to the end. Unfortunately, I am not compatible with the Supreme Being, so I was unable to completely fuse their soul into my own body. However, being able to glean all this from them is exciting enough.
Well, we know where the sister is.
I'm certain of this now. Before the Titans that we are well acquainted with were born, a group of heroes roamed the land. These heroes followed a prophecy and took possession of divine authorities one by one, until they eventually became the Pantheon of the New World.
But did they mention the Pantheon earlier as well?
Just like the flame chase journey of today, Amphorius' history is cyclical in nature.
I'm not sure if he's reached the full implications of this, though, yet.
What a startling revelation. This means that the demigods, who bear the core flames, will also become the new Titans at the world's end, thereby shaping a new world?
I believe that this is the truth behind the Era Nova, as mentioned in the prophecy.
This is utterly unbelievable.
Yeah, you have a sister you don't remember.
Besides, those twins in the past, even if they really are Thanatos, their whereabouts are still unknown even today.
Come on, Castris.
Are their whereabouts truly unknown? Didn't Polixia mention that seaside town? The birthplace of alchemy and the tale of the dragon. In our world, there exists a city which perfectly matches that description. Styxia.
But the people there worship Vagusa and bear no relation to Thanatos. I have also never been to that place, as in the time of Idonia, it had long turned into underwater ruins.
Take this.
This is...
the Nusporist masterpiece, the Philosopher's Stone. It was made by transmuting all of the sages' wisdom into a single entity, with their flesh and blood as its foundation. Remember? I've mentioned before that the art of alchemy is all about conversion, tempering, and ascension. This process also applies to the pursuit of truth. Regardless of how unbelievable this sounds, the truths of the world have been refined from the impurities. Think about the story of the dragon. This stone will lead you to your real hometown, allowing you to reform the door to the Netherrealm and discover Thanatos' fate.
You still look as confident in your victory as ever. But what if your conjecture is wrong?
Simple. I shall merely admit to the entire world that my experiment was a failure.
Good on.
However, my line of thinking will not fail because I have already planted the seeds of doubt into the hearts of the masses. Actions speak louder than words, Castoris. With the assembly about to begin, don't forget the promise you've made.
I've already searched for so long. I'm willing to try one more time. While we converse, his life is also slowly slipping away. But before I leave, I have another question. What exactly did we witness just now?
That was the world imprinted in Kefali's soul. If we are to prove its existence, you must take the final step. Go. Do not disappoint me.
I understand.
Hey, child of humanity.
Don't get antsy. I still remember the question you posed to me. As a scholar, I do not wish to offer up ambiguous conclusions. Let's discuss this topic again when she manages to find the evidence.
I merely wanted to ask, was that stone transmuted from your heart? If so, rebirth is no longer an option for you.
Why not? When I was a child, I lost someone dear to me. When I was a teenager, I lost my faith. A while back, although you saved my life, I also lost my soul in the process. Now I'm merely forsaking my body. What's the big deal?
Why are you always finding ways to die? Isn't it good to be alive?
This is but a necessary sacrifice on my path to transform into the purest of them all.
Oh no.
Can someone who's dead even claim to be the purest of them
He's like,
all?
I shall be a pure soul.
Furthermore,
free of this mortal
if your
coil.
hypothesis is proven correct, does it not just confirm that the myths are true, and thereby invalidate all your theories?
No, it's just the opposite. If my hypothesis is correct, it means that I can actually ascend to godhood and reshape this absurd world that you all have created.
I think you're gonna find you're not gonna be able to have as much power as you think you will. Currently, back to the present.
That's a lot to take in at once.
Lady Aglaia, please, let me explain.
Go on.
You know that the core flame of death has always been the greatest unknown regarding the Era Nova, which is why both you and Kynes desire to gain the power to control that core flame in the approaching Citizens' Assembly. Professor Anaxa has come to a consensus with Kynes. They want to suspend the trial once Thanatos' core flame is reclaimed, hoping thus to eradicate death from this world. If they're successful, then the flame chase journey will cease, and Akama can enjoy everlasting peace. But I know this runs counter to your wishes. So long as we do not usher in Era Nova, the Black Tide will never be eradicated. Even with Lord Mighty on the front line, and the Black Tide not posing an immediate risk, the danger nevertheless remains. Honestly, it's difficult for me to assess the pros and cons in this decision. But someone must bring the core flame before we can begin negotiations over it. The Titan could be very near. I cannot let this chance slip by. Besides, Someone has to make this trip to bring back Mr. Soul.
Well said. You already had every reason to seek an audience with Thanatos. It's that great performer who has weaponized your wishes and placed us in this difficult situation. A world without death. Do you desire that too?
If fate dictates that my path must oppose yours, I will do all I can to resist it and protect what I aspire to achieve. Lord Mighty showed me that without taking the first step, all talk of what follows is moot.
Unsure what to say, but offers a smile. Have mercy, Aglaia, stay your threats.
I am not going to punish her for that. I have always hoped to hear you speak your mind, Cass. And I am glad to have heard your true thoughts. Styxia. I visited that place in the past. Though it is now an island surrounded by the river of Soul's torrents, it's not hard to see its former splendor. Go. I will not stand in your way. As for you, you are someone who has cheated death. I believe you have more than enough reason to make the trip with Castorus and meet the god of death himself. Castorus, I too look forward to your journey. I wonder what kinds of new interpretations your completed story will bring to the Flame Chase journey.
Thank you, Lady Aglaia.
I hate to put a damper on this heartwarming moment, but if Styxia is now an island surrounded by the river of Soul's torrents, then how do we find a way in? Lady Trebe is probably...
The answer is quite simple. In the Myths, Zagreus once made the domain of the dead their treasure vault. That is to say, they could enter and leave the Netherrealm as they pleased. And if they could do that, then it follows that the demigod who inherited their divinity must be capable of the same. I'll see you at Marmorial Palace at Action Hour tomorrow. Cypher shall be your guide to finding that ancient city.
I see. The tumultuous day finally comes to an end. Everyone disperses, each lost in their own thoughts. Dong Hung. Oh! Dong Hung isn't back yet, huh? What we got here? Oh, Kaelus's eyelashes are fluttering. That's the look of someone lost in thought. Uh-huh. That's cheating. How'd you suddenly start copying me? But it's no easy feat to truly master the fairy tongue. You have to stay close together to really get the hang of it. But for now, let's open a new chapter. I want to share a new tale with you. Uh-huh. Have all those tales there. We got one. I guess we got new stuff for Hyacinth. Cool. One for Castorus. Cool. One of these days we'll read these, and one for Anaxa. One of these days we'll read these. There is so much lore we have not even gotten to yet. Everyone's stories are so deep, I can't keep up. Does Kaelus understand them? What is a god exactly? Omniscient, always picky at others. Someone like me! Well, I guess you could say that. So, Kaelus, how about you become my god? Please protect me, okay? But still, I don't quite get it, so let me ask you another way. There must be a difference between gods and us, right? Otherwise, why would anyone ever want to become a god? I suppose. Escape the pay? You stumped me there. Right! When you really think about it, there's nothing that can only be done as a god. How strange. As I keep asking, I only get more and more confused. Maybe I'll wait until I've grown a little more before discussing these things with Kaelus. Uh-huh. Well. Oh, wait, what's this? I just noticed something. Were there rewards? Author's recompense. Oh my god, there actually are rewards. I completely forgot that this was a thing. Oh my, and I have not been composing Saga. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I think we do need to be doing some reading soon. Whoa! Alright. It's about time we were meeting Cypher. Oh, God, you're still in here.
Hey, friend! Is the debate finally over? Did you win?
Oh, right, you weren't with us.
Really?
Oh, oopsie. The parade is ours. We thrashed them. Sure.
But the look on your face says otherwise.
Shh.
Well, moving on. I was hard at work even while you were at the debate. I borrowed a mountain of books from Cass to see if I could find a way to solve your problem. Let's see. I still have only 32 books to go.
It's okay, man. We found a way.
Really? Oh, that's fantastic news. I knew it. Hard work always pays off. Especially if you're as diligent as Mem. I feel like a huge burden has finally been lifted off my shoulders. Why are my eyelids so heavy all of a sudden?
Uh-huh. There's nothing more we can do now. Let's go get some rest.
Oh, you're right. Then I'll go back to...
Oh, it's this shit. Alright, there we go. Just had to get this call. Alright. As was their custom, Mem, with astonishing dexterity, slipped back into their secret little doorway. Good night, Mem. Good night, Akuma. It is nighttime now, right? Later, somewhere in Akuma. Are we gonna meet Cypher now?
Cass? What a surprise.
Lady Treby.
Is something troubling you?
I just wanted to speak to Lady Trian for a bit before I set off. No matter how breathtakingly beautiful Styxia once was, the place is now the domain of the departed. There is no telling what we'll encounter there. I don't want to have any regrets.
Has anyone told you that your eyes are sparkling today?
Is that a figure of speech?
In the past, when you did smile once in a while, all of us could see that your heart remained troubled even as you smiled.
Lady Treby, you know perfectly well that see you tomorrow is nothing but a white lie. I hope your toughness is not a mask hiding a lonely heart.
Cass, you hardly ever talked of your past. None of us knows what you went through, apart from Maggie. But we know it must have been filled with pain and hardships, as it is the fate every Chrysosaur is destined to live out. We are just happy for you that the core flame you're meant to inherit has finally surfaced.
Isn't it a little too soon to say that?
But you already know where tomorrow is, don't you? There's no need to rely on anyone else. Just give it your all and leave no regrets. We have always believed that your embrace is just as warm as everyone else's, because we embrace others to comfort them. And Cass, you're the kindest Chrysosaur we know.
Thank you, Lady Treby. This feeling... it's hard to put into words. I suddenly found myself with so many wishes. So much I want to accomplish before setting off.
Then go do it, Cass. Trian was actually working on a surprise gift for you. It's a pity she didn't get to finish it. But now Trinan and I are working on it. And we'll make sure to give it to you.
Not much of a surprise anymore, though.
So, let's meet back here when you return from Styxia. Safe travels. See you tomorrow!
I suppose you could say that's a death flag. At the same time, I can't sleep. Who could it be?
It's me.
Oh. At the same time.
I hope I didn't wake you.
It's another mission for Glad. Sleep is a luxury when you're at my age.
I'm glad to see you're as full of life as ever. I'm here because of private matters, actually. If it isn't too much to ask, I'd really like it if you could come along with me to retrieve something.
Sure, let's go. As expected, manual labor. Wow, I feel so sleepy all of a sudden.
Is your soul...
My will has become one with the universe. Goodbye.
Huh? But I can still sense your soul here. Sorry. I didn't realize it was a joke. It isn't a long way from here. Shall we?
Have you heard? Seems like all...
Just gonna zigzag my way behind her. Don't mind me.
Spell the black tide.
Everything finally loading up.
The streets are packed. It seems the vote to pause the flame chase journey has begun.
I want to vote. Tell me how I can vote.
Huh?
Take your ceramic shard engraved with the Kefali rune, select the Council of Elders in your heart, and pray silently until the shard registers your choice. Then toss it into the Dolium.
The Council of Elders? More like the Council of Buffoons? The Black Tide took my hometown long ago! Who are they kidding with bringing back Erechrysia? It's all a sham to create their own Erechrysia in Akama!
The Titans are just. So long as we do not overstep our bounds again, we will not incur divine wrath.
Oh, please. The time when these deranged Titans should have vacated their spot to the demigods is long overdue. You'll see soon enough, you old fogey.
And I pray that Talanton smacks some sense into you with their scales. We shall see how this turns out.
That was... quite a spectacle.
Another peaceful day in Akama. Yeah, watching people squabble is kind of fun.
You're interested in that? Well, you'll feel right at home in Akama then. To this day, I still find it almost unreal that Akama is the only place illuminated by light amidst the crumbling ruins of Amphorius. And its people are even holding votes to reconcile differing opinions. This peaceful sight is making me forget that this is the end times.
Should you have gotten used to it by now? You look very confused.
Before coming here, I had lived for many years in Idonia, a city of rime and frost. The people there were devotees of Thanatos, and were well known for their unique burial rites and traditions. Traditions that I played a major role in.
Because of the curse on you?
Yes. You now know me as the Mortician of Akama.
Well, I know you as the one who hasn't had her lip sync fixed yet, but you know, same difference.
But back in those days, I was Idonia's Maiden of War. I was trudging across the frosty plains on my own when the Idonians found me. They saw the curse in me as a blessing from Thanatos, and believed that my hands could correct the Erechrysia's mistake and lead them to meet the great god of death. They provided me shelter, but in return, I was expected to grant merciful deaths to war captives, prisoners bound for execution, and heroes alike.
Is that some sort of end-of-life care? Is that just executioner?
Yes. No matter how kind or cruel the means, nothing can change the essence of death. Taking away someone's life is never worthy of religious worship.
I'd have to think on that one, because, like, I mean, we execute people all the time, and sometimes that comes with great veneration, so saying that's a religious realm isn't outside the realm of possibility.
it! Their voices. Oh, they pierce my ears. The pleading. The thanks.
Ah. I know that feeling, child. I was once as lost as you are now. But you must respect those walking towards death. Just like how you should respect yourself as the Holy Maiden granting humans glory and liberation.
What you're asking me to do is no better than the task of an executioner. And yet you want me to respect myself.
Yeah.
No matter the titles, I am still taking away human lives.
This won't be the first time that Edonia's fanatical nether warriors have faced death. On the contrary, recruits new to the battlefield often run away from their first fight.
Oh wow, what a shocker.
Death is the mightiest and gravest power in this world. The fact that you can wield it means you are deserving of respect.
That's such a twisted reason.
Then let me tell you a story. In Idonia, the great swords commonly used by executioners are called Draconian, in memory of Drakon, an elderly executioner. The sword has 3 air holes along its body. If the sword is swung down swiftly and accurately, the holes would make no sound, and the executed would also depart this world quickly and painlessly. But should the executioner have any hesitation, the holes would produce a piercing whistle. On that cue, the screams of the executed are sure to follow. Every executioner after Drakon is to hone their sword skills every day in preparation of future executions. Every swing of their blade must be more resolute than the last, for failing to do so will bring pain. Pain for the dying, as well as pain for themselves.
No. I can never get used to this.
You misunderstand, child. I am not telling you to get used to it. I'm asking you to consider the source of the dead's suffering and use that knowledge to fortify your future touches with more and more determination. Go, walk with the dead and love them as you love life. Then you'll no longer hear those noises.
Oh, okay, sure, whatever you say, crazy lady.
Please, don't kill me. I don't want to die.
Well, what'd you do?
No!
You gently touch the prisoner's forehead with your finger, his face is pale, his eyes flicker with fear, and his body trembles uncontrollably. Is it because of fear, anger, and hatred, or is it your so-called merciful touch of death simply alive? The dark purple mottles spread like petals across the death-row inmate's face, then seemed to be submerged by spring water flooding his body. His trembling ceased, and the cries that had once begged for mercy slowly turned to a sigh-like whimper as he murmurs to himself. Quickly, everything falls into dead silence, turning into pitch-black dew that scatters with the wind. Hear your own heartbeat drown out the sound of heavy breathing.
May you gain some insights through his sacrifice.
Is this all?
No. Come with me. This is just the beginning of your life as the Maiden of War.
You executioner!
Well, that guy's dead. Wait, what is this team? Like, what is this team? It is absolutely ridiculous. Let's do this at least. Like, at least something that I could use.
and her glorious death.
Oh, wow, we have an animation.
Thank you.
Do it then, Executioner.
You
heard him.
I curse you. To
Please, grant me release.
You know what to do.
Okay.
When will this ever end?
What about you? You get to die now?
Come. Fulfill your duty.
Okay.
What?
So boring.
What are you trying to do with me?
I have aged. The time has come for me to heed the summons of Thanatos and journey to their domain.
Let's be honest, lady, you don't look a day over 50.
The final resting place of every Idonian.
You're not that old yet. You still have many, many years ahead of you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No. I'm already dead. For I have come to fear my declining health and impending death. Ah, Castoris. Will you give me one last chance to charge towards fear and prove that I am no coward?
This is a death cult.
I can't take this anymore.
Child, it was I who brought you here from the frosty plains and set your farcical fate in motion. It was also I, Chief Executioner of Idonia, who forced the heavy duty of executing others onto you. I've always known that you have doubts and even anger about my faith and about me.
I never had a choice.
Indeed. We essentially abducted you. Yet you can end any sinful life with just a touch of your fingers. Shouldn't it be easy for you to escape from here?
I'll never do that. It doesn't matter how lightly the Idonians take death, or how readily they accept it. I simply can't do it.
I knew I was right about you.
What do you mean?
I've taught you and cared for you as my own daughter all this time because of this blessing that's been with you since your birth. I know no one else in the world would understand the weight of life and death more than you do. In the eyes of an Idonian, death is the end of all life. A destination we will all eventually reach. Humans should not resist it, but learn how to face it. You can only live your life to the fullest after understanding this principle.
Okay.
And when you do, even if you eventually leave Idonia's protection, even if you must carry the curse forever, you can live with your head held high, like everyone else.
No! How can I?
Come now. It's time. I've already taught you all that I know. Show me that you are a fitting holy maiden. Or at least, that you possess the resolve to become one. Come now. It's time. I've already taught you all that I know. Show me that you are a fitting holy maid.
All right.
Receive divinity.
All right.
Eternal sleep is not the dead return!
Heard the call. This mortal
Here we go.
watch over you and guide you on your path. Torn to doubt, farewell.
Please cherish this time. Return to dust!
Here we go.
May death protect us!
Get him. Oh. Damn. I think it might be my favorite shot so far. Like, holy hell, that one is atmospheric.
This was the last time I followed her command. I gently touched the elderly woman before me. The executioner, who had seen too much death, died the same way as everyone else. A gasp for air, a wistful look in her eyes, and a barely perceptible tremor in her fingertips. Elder Amunet, the person who tried to teach me about death, ultimately vanished like dew in the morning mist. She spent her life embodying the beliefs of the Idonians, and when death finally came, she embraced it exactly as their doctrine had taught. I have nothing but respect for her. I erected a cenotaph in her honor in the marshes outside Idonia's city walls with the others I had laid to rest. Then, I set out once more in search of Thanatos. It was a long, long journey. I heard so many discussions about death along the way. Life finds meaning in death. The world improves because there is an end. It seems the most terrible darkness in this world. Everyone talks about its heavy weight. Some resist it, some worship it, and some even revere it. How did a disappeared titan become the deepest fear of humankind? And why do they haunt my dreams?
Whoa,
I continued my travels to seek an answer. Initially, I was running away. Then, I started searching for it. And now, at the end, I just want to know if my touch, if my embrace, can do more than taking things away. Can I make anything? Can I leave anything behind?
I don't want to die. Please,
Oh.
I'm begging you, just let me go. I don't want to die, please. I don't want mercy like this. Just let me go. I don't.
Oh.
I hate these icy hands.
Oh. Okay, so they're putting her animated trailer in the game. Cool.
The Reaper has blessed your hands. Only you can grant them peace. Embrace death. Walk alongside it.
Oh no. Oh no, this cannot end. Oh. Okay, at least she had the good sense to not risk it.
Is that you, Castoris? All of them have gone, heeding death's summon, crossing into their domain. I must go too. I don't fear it, just I have some regrets. Watching people leave this world again and again, it must be lonely for you. You must want to desperately embrace them before they go.
I can't. These hands, they're too cold.
But Big Sister Castoris, your hands are so warm. Just like anyone else's. So go on. Don't hold back.
Give me a warm hug.
Aww. Not in this life.
Can hands like these really be warm? On the day that Oryx's trial ended, you must have had many questions. I felt just as confused. Why, as someone from beyond the sky, were you so cruelly dragged into Amphorius's fate? I wished I could take action, but no matter how hard I try, I cannot simply interact with the living as ordinary people do. Even when we brushed against each other unintentionally in the grove. And it was obvious that nothing had happened, when an almost unattainable hope finally welled up in my heart. When I thought that perhaps my touch would no longer bring sorrow, fate declared to me, it wasn't that the curse of death had finally been lifted, but that your soul no longer belonged to this world. And there was nothing left for my hands to take. Nothing. And did I really think this time would be any different? It's not that I don't understand this reality, just that I'm unwilling to accept it. Having walked such a long road, I am still unable to find the answer to life and death. I am resigned to eternal despair. Anything I wish to hold on to, death will inevitably wrest from my grasp. From that moment on, I lacked the courage to confirm it again. Until Oryx laid bare the cruel truth before us.
Okay.
But now, perhaps I might have one last chance. Long ago, Trinan read a prophecy to me. At the end of the Sea of Flowers, the souls of the living shall warm thy fingertips, and after an embrace, there shall be eternal separation. I found no surprise in it, for her words sounded not like a foretelling, but a perfect reflection of my past. Embraces in this world are born of reunions, yet my touch speaks only of farewells. In that moment, I had no doubt that this destiny would weave itself through the entirety of my life. And yet, things have taken a turn for the better. Now that I can finally have an audience with Thanatos, perhaps I can rewrite the meaning of that fated prophecy.
Yeah, you're gonna be saying farewell to your sister again.
I have no reason not to give it my all. For your sake, and for my own.
Thank you for telling me you thought. Should I pretend I didn't hear any of that? Wow. I will say, I like the trailer, but I feel like it feels a bit forced in the middle of the cutscenes and stuff. I feel like if you took that trailer out, not too much would be lost from the actual story, right? I feel like it would have been nice if it was one or the other. Are we going to get, like, a separate backstory thing with, like, the Elder and stuff like that? Or are we going to get, like, the trailer to kind of summarize all the feelings and stuff? I don't feel like I like them having both in there. I like the idea, though, of including more, trailers into the animated ones, especially, into the game, though. That definitely seems like a good idea in my mind. Should I pretend I didn't hear any of that?
I'm sorry. I probably said too much. I hope I didn't make you uncomfortable.
Castress talks to you about the gift she gave to other Chrysos heirs, and before you know it, she arrives at your gift. Come on.
Let's put that aside for the moment. We've arrived. I want to retrieve a small gift I specially prepared for you. I made it myself, like the trinket I gave Lady Trianne. I want to leave something for everyone, if possible. The journey to seek an audience with the Death Titan cannot be an easy one. I want to make full use of every moment I have before we depart, so that I don't have any regrets.
Is it a brooch with my face on it?
No, it isn't. You'll know when you see it. Look, it's right there.
It's not there.
Huh? Where did it go?
Oh, I think...
What's going on?
Looks like someone left something behind. I hope the gift wasn't expensive. Did you get into trouble with some phantom thieves?
I am not some corrupt grown-up. What's this?
Ah, yeah.
The coin of Zagreus and a slate. So it's her.
Holy moly, a kitty thief?
No doubt about it. This is her favorite symbol. It's Lady Cypher, the demigod of Zagreus whom Lady Aglaia had spoken of. She's a master thief who's left legendary tales all over Amphorius. So many years have passed, yet she's still announcing herself in such a crass manner. Let's just do as the slate says and look for Lady Cypher.
Dear Princess Homebody, walking through the busy garden, I discovered the remarkable gifts crafted by Princess Homebody. They are truly splendid. I am most impressed. I'm also taken with your charming presents prepared for fellow Chrysosaurs. In your right parlor, I observed the beautiful felt dolls, the beige and lavender striped tapestry, the classic Idonian tripod table. In the left parlor, the jewelry and exquisite art pieces meant as gifts. This time, I've claimed only this modest gift. I fear it would attract tasteless little thieves, so I shall safeguard it for now. Naturally, I've left appropriate payment, a single coin. If the price displeases you, feel free to negotiate its return. Though should that happen, I won't be satisfied with merely one coin. Should you wish to find me, visit the Memorial Market. There lies a golden short spear I've left. You know what to do. I shall guide you to me. And before you ask, I won't accept any questions. Please forgive this small intrusion, accept my highest regards. P.S. Who displays biological specimens at home? They're quite unsettling. You might want to store them away when entertaining guests. P.P.S. Despite our considerable investment in the Idonian ossuary hanging in your parlor, I regret to inform you it's a fake. The original was craftily switched by those cunning scholars of the Grove of Epiphany. The full story can be found in the yet unpublished Memoirs of Cyphera. Sincerely, Kitty Phantom Thief. To retrieve the gift and teach Kitty Phantom Thief a lesson, you head to the market and find the short spear she left behind. God forbid we do some gameplay.
Look, it's right there.
Oh, we actually do. Mm-hmm.
There seems to be a new show at the bats today.
Alright, this is the golden short spear that was mentioned.
We must pursue her. Huh? This is a trick she left for us.
Clearly, Kitty Phantom Thief wants to play a little game with you. 2 short spears, 1 correct, 1 wrong. Let me check the hint on the scroll. Inspect the left gold. Let me see. 2 golden short spears. Only the golden short spear engraved with the truth can lead you to Kitty Phantom Thief. Inspect the left gold. The left spear is engraved with the words, "Don't be fooled." The right spear is engraved with... Of course, it's this one. The right spear is engraved with the words, "Trust me, gray mystery." Both gray mystery. Both spears are engraved with the truth. If both spears are engraved with the truth, then this one's saying that it is engraved with lies. Yeah. So if the right spear is both engraved with the truth, and this one is saying, oh, this one is engraved with lies, therefore it cannot be true that both, therefore, okay, figured it out. Repair the right spear there.
She's incorrigible. Follow me.
Alright.
Never safe for tomorrow. What you eat.
Alright.
It's about time you do some exercise.
Uh-huh. Hello? Excuse me? Excuse me? Not you. Ah, there we go. Got it. The short spear foot is nonchalantly pretending to be the new puzzle.
Exactly the kind of thing she would do.
I guess we do the
This is how it should be.
You notice Testers doesn't want to waste time, so you immediately repair the left spear. I guess I was wrong.
We must pursue her.
Oh, okay. Alright. Cypher? Cypher, if this drama truly is her, appears to be quite content. Her gaze filled with 3 parts sincerity, 3 parts approval, 3 parts triumph, and 3 parts, haha, great mystery, you've lost if you take this seriously. I see, so Dromas is a cat. Seems to be saying, right, oh no, yeah, yes. After a moment of inner conflict, she reached a definitive conclusion. The Dromas is indeed a cat.
Lady Cypher, please come on out.
You're still careless as ever. Shouldn't you keep such a precious gift near your bosom?
Since you know it's a gift for someone else, please give it back to me. Stop hiding among the people and letting the wind carry your voice.
Now, since I know it's a gift, that just means I need to milk its worth. The children of the wind never stay for long in one place. Unless your offer is tempting enough to steal the wind. What say you?
Name your price. I'll give you however much you want.
If you don't want the money, I'll gladly take. I'd gladly it off your hand. I take it off your hands. I think is what I was supposed to say.
I'm sorry. Bargaining is really not my forte.
No wonder they call you Princess Homebody.
You call her that.
Why don't you two come over to my place? It'll make a better venue for proper business discussions. You can find where I live through the winds I've sown. Right.
Piece of cake. I can do that even if I can only sense your soul.
Alright, I'll see you there. Oh, by the way, everyone cool with me collecting a deposit before we reach an agreement, right? Now, come this way.
The Dew of Divine Blood in the backpack has been stolen. Where did my Dew of Divine Blood go?
She's incorrigible. Follow me.
Dear Princess Homebody and Grey Mystery, you probably guessed already, I had no intention of showing up at the Pack Beast workshop. This means, of course, I had no plans to return the gift there either. This was just a warm-up for our little game of cat and mouse, but surely you've realized that the kitty phantom thief never cared about stealing a mere trinket, right? No, what I'm really after is your hearts. Just kidding. I have no interest in your hearts. If Princess Homebody can track my path, then by all means try. I'll be waiting at the end, and rest assured, we'll meet face to face this time. P.S. Great Mystery, where did you get that Dew of Divine Blood? Don't tell me it's a gift from the seamstress. I'll taste it for you. Oh, okay. Wait, where am I going now? Oh no, I'm lost. Okay, I think we're going the right way. Alright, she's up. Yeah, of course, she's on the right. Oh no, I forgot how to get to the roof. I think this is the way? Question mark? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Here we are.
Uh-huh.
Over here! Over here! No, not that way! This way! Come on. If I really wanted to hide, you'd never find me. So relax, you two. No need to get your hackles up. I'm not that scary, am I? Meow.
Oh no! Oh no! Her lipstick is also off! Why? At last the character that meows has appeared!
No way. Some people might have been into that a millennium ago, but it's long since gone out of style. Loosen up, buddy. Shall we get down to business?
Damn, no Nyaz.
Give me the jewelry piece first, or everything's off the table.
And my blood is divine too!
Oh, come now. Don't be so upset. Relax. Relax. Look, isn't the view here just great?
I love the little...
You can see
I love
what
the cat
everyone is doing and where they're going, and they won't even know you're here. Now that we've broken the ice, let's get to the point. Everything I've said so far has been a joke. I'm inviting you two here for 3 things. 1, the seamstress found me and wants me to take you to Styxia to look for the Death Titan. 2, the Council of Elders also found me and wants me to make sure the core flame of Thanatos ends up in their hands.
Smart.
And last, but...
Look at you, having your fingers in both pies.
But not least, I'm telling you that I'm not interested in doing either of those things.
Oh.
Don't go look for the Death Titan. The end.
Some time ago.
Wow, this is some high quality stuff. And this room is full of it. How much are these worth, Did you get all this through that Aranova gimmick?
Some of it is family fortune, while the rest came from my business as a dressmaster. Don't liken the flame chase work to your shady dealings.
Wow, I should have busted down your door instead of going around like a thief. Well, spill. Why are you giving me so much money?
Payment for doing work. You're worth this much.
Did you forget my stance to all this? I thought I made myself very clear.
You wish to run away. Run away from your responsibilities, from the prophecy, and from your destiny. You shall walk with greed and die over petty change. I understand this prophecy weighs on you immensely. That is why I have never approached the demigod of trickery for running away. But I need you right now, so don't turn me down.
You know, maybe the gods got your tongue with their golden threads, Aglaya. I'm not hearing any sincerity in your words. Give me a reason why you're bowing your noble head to me.
We lost Trian.
Oh.
What? Oh, it's like, oh, people died. Whoops.
The divine power of passages is running out. I need another demigod to escort Castoris and help her fulfill her lifelong wish.
Oh, I get it now. You're sending Castoris to her death. And you want me to die with her.
This is Castoris's own request. I have never seen her so determined.
She brought this up herself? You're not pulling my leg.
She's also made up her mind to leave her confused past behind. As will you, Cypher, when you finally make up your mind.
Don't be so sure. Time is hard in the likes of you and I. But Castoris remains pure as driven snow. She can always turn back before the end, you know? Maybe she'll remember Trian's sacrifice. Maybe she'll remember the countless martyred Chrysos heirs. Maybe she'll remember you, with your one foot in the grave. I ain't as optimistic as you about what she'll want to do. Tell you what, why don't I take this room of treasures as a security deposit, and we make a bet?
Go on.
I bet she'll change her mind and turn back. Now, if I lose, I'll do what you want me to do. Return this deposit to you, plus giving you another room full of treasures. How does that sound?
You sound like you have all the confidence in the world.
Oh?
In that case, let's make a pact with those conditions. I hope you're prepared to lose it all.
In conclusion, I want to win. So I hope you two can give up on going to Styxia. I'll give all the treasures in that room to you. And you can split it between yourselves, however you want.
What do you think? Tempting, right?
I decline.
I'm almost dead. What use do I have for money?
Fine. If we don't find the Death Titan, his soul will...
Oh?
I can't go into the details, but we have to go to Styxia.
I really don't get how. Princess, homebuddy, you keep talking about needing to find Thanatos, about getting rid of your curse, and you don't care about anything else.
But did you ever live for your own pleasure? Even for just one day?
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying, contrary to your beliefs, Aglaia didn't take you in just so you can die for her Aranova.
The Flame Chase journey walks hand in hand with sacrifices. Isn't that why you're always running away from Lady Aglaia?
Fine. Never mind. We all have our own problems. I ain't gonna say anything anymore.
It's not like I was gonna honor that bet anyway.
But listen to me. Styxia is no tourist destination. Sure, the treasures buried in there are 10, no, 50 times richer than Aglaia's vault.
Oh, sounds like
Yet,
she's salivating.
I've never been there. And I never plan to. Because even a demigod can't be sure they can walk out of that place alive. And now I'm supposed to escort you to Styxia. Sure. Pay up.
Okay. I'll give you however much you want. Aglaia's already paid for me. Is there any people off the authority of Zagreus? Alright, he's paid for me.
Her payment was in gold and precious stones, which only covers the living passenger. You need to pay me as a member of the dead.
Well, what do you want, girl?
I don't like this. However, I have lived a longer life than most people. Though I'm not as good at doing business as Lady Aglaia, I still have some savings. I can give them all to you.
Then how are you going to live the rest of your life?
Then I'll give you 90. No, 80%.
Well, don't mind if I do. 80% of Castrus's savings and a bottle of dew of divine blood. Not a bad trade.
But I don't remember agreeing to trade that. Don't forget to give Kester. I'll show you whose boss is ever covered with full HP.
I'm so scared. Can you even catch my tail? Here. Catch.
Be careful with that.
Oh, that ring. Oh.
A minor change in plans, though. Don't go to the bath tomorrow. Come look for me at Akama's city gates instead.
So, why are you changing the meeting place?
Oh, nothing really. Just a bit scared of the seamstress's frosty face. I wouldn't stay a second longer in Akama if it were up to me. Well, now that we've struck a deal, why don't I give you guys a lift back? It's gonna be a long ride. So have a good rest.
Huh? Next day, Akama. Where am I? Is this my room? How did I get back here? This is a coin? A cipher? She even tucked me in! Never mind, it's getting late. I better get going. Great mystery! These formal addresses at the start of letters are such a hassle. You've already read 3 useless Phantom Thief letters. I left Princess Homebuddy's gift here. Take good care of it. Remember, skip the paths and come straight to Akama City Gate to find me. You know I have no patience. Come late, I'll leave without you, clear? P.S. Yes, I'm the one who tucked you in. You're welcome. Sincerely, Kitty Phantom Thief. Alright, we're gonna end things here then for now. Oh, I got my Dew and Divine Blood back. Or at least I got one. Alright, so I'm gonna end things for now here, just because we have oh lord. Just because we already have like we've covered like so much. And I'm feeling like, oh god, I don't know if I can do a long gameplay section after sitting through so much story right now. So I think we're gonna try to finish that up tomorrow, because it looks like we're finally gonna be going to the next area, to Idonia or whatever, right? And then after the actually no, this is the place. No, this isn't either. Yeah, it's here. There we go. No, that's the wrong map. I gotta get used to how this is how it's done now. Yeah. So, wherever Idonia is, I guess that's where we're going. And then, I guess it would be under this one, technically, right? Maybe it's... Yeah, this looks like this is the place. So we'll go there, and then we'll probably defeat Thanatos as a boss, and then we'll kind of move on. So, overall, again, I feel like they still have the same problem, same criticism I had with Pentaconi. It seems like they get so wrapped up in telling so much story that they don't really pace it out with, like, you know, a lot of, you know, meaningful gameplay sections in between. I do miss like some of the earlier chapters in some way, just being able to kind of like explore dungeons and stuff. It feels like that's kind of faded as the stories have become, you know, grander and grander in scope. It's not the worst thing in the world overall. I'm very happy overall with the story we're all getting. Like I said, I feel like my only big complaint there is like, I feel like the trailer, while it's nice, it's a beautiful trailer and all that, it's not strictly needed, right? Like I could have done without it. It would be fine. New area, heck yeah, I know. Finally, a new area for us to explore. That's gonna be great. I also realized, like, oh god, I really do need to at some point. I completely forgot there were special rewards. I completely forgot about that. Granted, it's not like that it's not that crazy, right? Like, it's a few things, which, by the way, they just recently confirmed they're gonna be getting rid of this item, and they're gonna convert it into more of the self-modeling resin. And they're gonna combine the effects now, which makes sense, I think. I can see, like, I have like 11 of these, right? And I have 3 self-modeling resins, right? It's like, oh, this one, having one you have to use if you want to have a one currency for like getting a main stat and like a different currency for substats. May as well just combine them both while keeping everything else the same. Keep things simple. I think that's probably for the best. Honestly, though, I would like it if they just made it where one of them lets you be able to do both the substats and the main stat. I would rather it be like you only spend 1 instead of you having to spend 5 if you want to get like a relic with like exactly 3 out of 5 stats that you'd want. But hey, that's neither here nor there. I'm sure they'll eventually figure that out if you keep asking. Yeah, and like I said, just building characters in the meantime. So overall, I think we're in a good spot. I think we're probably going to be able to, I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow, but definitely the day after, I think we'll finish the main story. And if the main story's not that long from this point onward, I think we'll also finish, this event too. I guess we'll just see. Otherwise, we're going to be, like, really, like, doing it, like, literally the last day of while we can. And what are even the special rewards? There's some nice stuff. Yeah, some of the stuff I want for, Castris. So yeah, I'd want to grab that. And then there's some other stuff, like, for my Jade! My Jade! So one last time, I'm going to give one more shot. Gonna give one more shot to getting an Naxa. Let's see. Do I get it? Do I fail? I guess this will decide if I get the crazy scholar. So here we go. One last chance. And nope. We did not. Alright, that's it. So that's, that should be, like, between the 2 temples we did, that should put me at, like, 70 pity. So, like, I'm already at the soft pity. So next time I want a character, we're pretty close to getting him. So that's gonna be nice. And then I guess, I mean, most of what I want is probably gonna be light cones in the future. So that's probably why I'm gonna be spending my Jade and stuff on it from there. I don't know what character I'd want besides the next Doc character whenever she's coming. Alrighty then. That's enough of me yapping for today. I hope you guys were enjoying the story and stuff. Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. You know, there's a full playlist for those of you that are kind of just tuning in first thing. I'm enjoying this game immensely still, though, again, I am hopeful for a nice long gameplay section next. But